you snipe using Zeek Analytics, so using software. So Zeek Analytics is what I recommend. I believe all you need is the basic setup, which is, I believe, as of date, 29.99, so $29. So yeah, and essentially you can play around, have a look at the settings and things like that. But really, the main sort of tab we're going to be focusing on is this one, the one with the inspector or detective. Simply select that. Then it'll take you search for a competitor, username or competitor ID, and all you do is simply copy the seller's name from your seller's list into Zeek, press search, and it will show you their statistics. So it will show you their sort of metrics, so their sell-through rate, how many active listings they have, how many sold items, their revenue in the last 30 days. So here you can change what time period you want. So the default is 30 days. Their average selling price, how many successful listings. Successful listings are essentially listings that have sold, and it also shows their feedback score. So yeah, so at the moment it's showing their best match. So what you can do with Zeek is that you can filter for sales, which is great. So that's what we're going to be filtering for. So 30-day sales, we're filtering for not overall sales, because something could have sold 20 times, but its last sale could be last year, so we're not interested in that. So we want to look at sales in the last 30 days. So as per the strategy, sniping 3 sales in the last 30 days, and I'll select filter. Oops, I forgot, apologies. A minimum of £25 or $25, and filter. Then it will show you all the successful listings that satisfy that criteria. So for this supplier, there's only one, but the more sellers you have, you'll find sellers who have plenty, who have loads, and yeah, if something sold more than 3 sales in the last 30 days, it's worth looking into. Eventually, over time, you start to get an inkling for what might potentially be an Amazon product, and then you can sort of know what to avoid or what not to open. Same for Vera items, if that's the strategy that if you don't want to list Vera items. A lot of other sellers do list Vera items, but if that's not a risk you want to take on your store, then don't. And over time, you'll be able to sort of identify, no, Fisher Price is Vero, or Russell Hobbs is Vero, and you sort of understand, and you're just able to work quicker. And it's the same with your VAs. So my VA sometimes knows what's what's on the Vero list and what might potentially be an Amazon product, and therefore you can save time. So simply, of course, unfortunately, this is not the best example, but again, it's the strategy that I'm teaching you guys. So there's only one successful listing, but this number can change. You simply click that listing, and the beauty is you don't have to click this because we know it's sold at least 3 times in 30 days. So let's see if there's any competitors. Copy the title. Okay, so there's 7 results, and I just want to show you another thing. So to search for competitors, you can actually click this, which is scan title, but I don't like to do this because I actually think it's slower. So it will just show you. Zeek Analytics can sort of search for the competitors, but as you can see, there's not much difference than just typing in the eBay search bar, but it does give you all their prices. So I can see some of the cheapest person selling it for $17.99, and I'll probably see the same thing on eBay. Yeah, right here, $17.99. So he's probably cut out all the, again, these are additional sellers you can put on your sellers list. He's probably cut out all the profit, so I don't imagine this would be profitable anymore. So I'm not even gonna check with this one, but of course, if I wanted to check, simply go to the description, copy part of the description, right click, search in Google. Alternatively, you can right click the image and search Google for the image, and yeah, and then I'll see if it's profitable, either using Hustle Got Real, using the final fee calculator, or using one of the spreadsheets. So yeah, so and then okay, so one thing I like to do, so if I just go back to, let's just close this tab. So another thing that I like to do is that I like to filter for 2 sales as well. So anything that's sold twice. So the good thing that you can do with Hustle Got, not Hustle Got Real, the good thing that you can do with Zeek Analytics is So the reason I filter for T cells is because you can get an inclination of something that's just sold twice. If something's sold twice in the past 30 days, it's not bad. But comparing it with the total sold, so this is sold twice in the past 30 days, but it's also sold 17 times. So this probably sells twice a month. So this is probably something that we can consider listing as well. This um, if there is a green circle, it means you can it's on Amazon and you can see it straight away. But I know Zoo Plus, a pet supply in the UK, also sell this product. So I'd open this up, all these up. I'd open all these up and I see if it's something that I could list. So 2 cells is something that I look for. Something like this, maybe not so much, but this has had 2 cells in the last 30 days, but sold 5 times. It's selling. It's not a bad product, especially so something like this is definitely something I'd look at. And even when I do use software, some people just exclusively rely on the software, so they do this with every single seller and move on. But I like to get the best out of every seller, so sometimes I still click their store. So obviously using Zeek Analytics does save me time in terms of their sales, but I still do click their store sometimes. And I train my VAs to do so, just to just have a look, still filter, and really just maximize the seller that you're sniping and efficiently work through them. So I would still maybe have a look at some of the watches, see that didn't pop up. So this is sold 4 times. Let's have a look. Okay, I probably wouldn't snipe. It's sold once. It's got 20 watches. Sorry, once that we can see. So it's probably not selling well. But I would have a quick look to see if there's anything else. And again, that's another thing. Zeek Analytics won't show you new listings. I've showed you why this is beneficial. So a seller like this, we already know that this seller, first of all, his last listing was the 2nd of August. Again, it is the February the 27th. So it's February 2020. So it's he hasn't listed in a while, so you don't even bother going down this, because even if it has sold, he doesn't list. So move on to the next seller. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So just to summarize, filter for 3 sales in the last 30 days. After you've done that, filter for 2 sales, and then it's optional to just check out the seller's store just to see if there's any sort of items that seemingly have good metrics for you to also check out. So yeah, that's all there is to it. Sniping, it does take some time to find quality products, but that's the general method that we use and that we've seen successful results with.